JPAR doesn't know this yet. I know they're doing okay with it. This is our last session of 2023. I might pop in maybe just on New Year's week, but we will be restarting in January and potentially at a different time because I've had some people ask me to move to earlier spots in the day because it's kind of hard to make it here sometimes at noon on Wednesdays, but we'll cross that bridge. I'm super excited to have you here. Why? Do you ever feel like your business is actually running you instead of you running a business or running your business? Like anybody? Yes. Show of hands. Yes. Maybe so. Okay. I want to explain to you why you feel that way. Now, yes, there are some things like life blocking, which is a technique that we teach, and these other things like forget time blocking. It doesn't work in real estate. You're in a different industry. And if you're learning how to time block, please stop. It doesn't work. You have to life block instead. That's another session. But yes, there are skill sets included that will help you get your time back and all these things. But the number one reason, and y'all, I coach a lot of people and I have also built a lot of businesses. And I pretty much only hang out with entrepreneurs these days. So I hear this all the time. Why does it feel like my business is out of control and it's running me and it's taken over my life? Like, why do we feel that way, especially in the real estate industry, which can be so reactive, right? Well, I want to take it back to the foundational elements of your business. All right. This is what I see a lot of times is that we just start to chase goals as agents. Guys, we need to chase goals. We need to have certain blocks set aside for certain activities. There are certain activities, we call them lifeblood business activities. There are all these things, okay? However, what I typically see is agents are trying to do the right thing, but they started off with the wrong foundation. Guys, if you try to build a house on, I don't remember what parable it is, but the guy who built the house on sand, like it's going to wash away. It ain't going to work right. It's going to fall apart. Okay. And the way that you build your business matters because the busier you get, the more clients you get and the more money you make. If you started off on the wrong foundation, the harder it is to go back and fix it. And I am preaching to the choir here because this was me. Okay. I was doing well over 100 deals a year before I realized I got problems. Okay. So I want you to think about this as you're brainstorming and putting together plans. There's a million classes going on right now. Vision boarding and planning and goal setting and yada, yada. But honestly, all the planning in the world doesn't matter if you don't do these two things that I'm going to share with you today. Now, we've talked about this before. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it, but you need to know what the definition of success is for you first. If you are a retired person who just wants to make a side income, your definition of success is not going to be the same as a 20-year-old who doesn't have kids yet and all the things, right? Typically, it's not. And I want to give you permission to not feel shame about whatever it is your goal is. As go-getters, as perfectionists sometimes, or just as people who are entrepreneurs, sometimes I feel like we can feel really pressured. Just perform, grind, go. And like, we do have to do those things if we want success at some point in our business. But like, your definition of success does not have to be like someone else's. And there's no shame in that. My definition of success as a mother, okay, is very different than it was when I was 25 and not even engaged yet and didn't have any kids. Okay. It's very, very different. So define what success means to you. And I've done some sessions on how to do that. But the next thing is that I see that is really, really, really misaligned. If you ever feel like the goals that you've set are at war with some other element in your life, it's because you have not done what I'm going to show you how to do today. Guys, I talk to agents all the time. And one of the biggest things that I see is that they're like, I if they're producing at least 2 transactions a month to 5 transactions a month, okay, they start to experience, if they don't have their foundation right, this phenomenon where it's like everything in their life that they want is they thought was going to be better as the business grew. But without the right things in place to support that success, you don't own a business. You own a runaway train that is hauling you behind it and dragging you bam, 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 bam over every damn train track. Whoops, sorry. And knocking you out to smithereens. Like literally the foundation that you start with matters. So you must define success, and then you must tie, here's number 2, your business foundation to your core values. There is truth. There is truth in the fact that your business will solve a lot of your life, air quote, problems. Like it can give you freedom of time and finances. I won't get into that today. You can also build it the wrong way, but you must define what are your core values. And if you say, okay, I'm going to give you myself as an example because I'm happy. I can fillet myself out here for the whole world to see. Ain't nobody cares. It's my life. You know what I want. Okay. So I can give myself as an example. I say that faith, family, freedom, and authenticity, those are my 4 core values in my life. And for many years, my faith and my family, okay, and my freedom, which my freedom kind of also encompasses like mental health, all this thing, right? Like I would say those things, but my business was actually taking all of those things away from me. Like I didn't have a great, relationship with God. I didn't spend a lot of time doing that stuff. I woke up and I worked, or actually the business worked me over. Whoopsie. I didn't build the right processes and systems or have the right people in place to help me. And I didn't get to spend time with my family. Like my experience with motherhood, it was really hard because I didn't have a single day off, after having my baby. And I had problems, like I had serious problems with my business taking over my life. And it came to this point where I was doing well over 100 transactions a year. And I just realized, whoops, like I say all of this stuff with my words and I want this with my heart to like have a social life and have friends and be with my family and be at peace and at rest. And I did not build a business with the right mindset, the correct skill set, or really the tool set either. Like I had accidentally built a business on the wrong foundation. And so what you need to do is after you define what success looks like, you need to write down your core values. And this is what I did to help me kind of identify those. I always say, excuse me, I think I might be getting sick. I always say, like, what do you want people to say about you after they get to know you? Like your heart and what you stand for. Those are probably your core values. Like, oh, I want people to remember me as somebody who's just honest and real. That's authenticity. That matters to me. Okay. And like, if somebody's not getting that vibe from me that I work with, then I'm doing something wrong. Like those core values are things that you want other people to say about you when they meet you, and you want to be living those out on a daily basis in your life. And if your business is missing something that's taking you away from those things, you have to do something drastic to get your life back and still push your business forward. Okay. So I would encourage you to do this exercise. Okay. Where you write down your top 2 to 4 core values. And before the end of the year, take a look and ask yourself, is my business supporting these? Is it competing with these? Is it taking away from these? Now, I'm not telling you to not have big goals. There are times in your life where you need to have these push seasons where you're not going to have perfect balance. But if you've accidentally, if you've just been spinning your wheels trying to learn how to be successful in this business, and it's been a minute, you can't do the same thing in 2024. You're going to stay where you're at. Like, you have got to do something more drastic. Plug into the coaching at JPAR more. Like, whatever it takes, you've got to do something different. And you've got to have a plan and tie it to your values. Now, if you are already pretty successful, okay, like, especially once you hit 2+ transactions a month, you're getting pretty busy if you don't have systems in place. Is your business taking over those core values in your life? All right. Like, it's time to check. If not, you've got to get better systems in place. You've got to take control back of your business because it's running you. You're not running it. If you can't step away, here's a telltale sign. If you cannot step away from your business for more than a day or two and all hell breaks loose, we're not quite where we need to be yet. Right? Now, for those of you who are newer, don't be discouraged. Okay. I do a lot of high-level training. Like, in the beginning, it is pretty much you pushing the wheel forward, right? But there's probably some tools like a CRM, cough, and TCs and things like that you can use so that you can be pouring yourself into your strengths and really moving the business forward more. Okay. But we've got to do something different in 2024 if we really want to do this. So imagine, here's something that I see all the time with a lot of agents too. For 2024, get a really clear vision of what success looks like and tie those to your core values, write them down, do like a self-intake. And here's another thing that I want to encourage you to avoid in 2024. I see agents all the time and like, it's 2024, I'm going to implement all these new things. And just close your eyes for a second. I'll close my eyes with you. It's kind of weird. We're not meditating or anything, but because I want you to get this visual. Like, agents are always saying, what can I add to my calendar? What can I do more? And it's just like you're at the bottom of this hill. And guys, you have the strength as a person to push up a boulder to the top of a mountain. You are at the bottom. Big boulder is your size. You have the strength. It's hard, but to push one boulder up that mountain and get it there. But guys, if you start adding one boulder, this project, and then 2 boulders, and then 3 boulders, and then 4, and then 5, like, all of a sudden, do you see how that could become a problem? Like, you get one halfway up the mountain, it was really hard, and you got to go start on this other thing, push that up, and then push this one up, and all of a sudden, you're like, am I just failing at this? Or no, it's like, it's a lack of understanding of where you want to go and what the most important thing is to get that very next domino. It's what I call it, domino, right? Like, done, accomplished, completed. Okay. So ask yourself not how many boulders can you collect at the bottom of a hill and try and push up a little bit at a time and lose control and the boulder smashes and you're like, I quit. Like, don't do this. Okay. Find that one thing that you need to push up the hill to accomplish your next level first and focus on it and be consistent. Okay. It'll be easier to identify what that thing is if you know where you want to go, define success, and you tie it to a core value. Like, I'm going to give you some examples. If you need more time back, if you're really, really busy, you need to systematize. If you are just trying to get people in the door, then maybe your boulder that you push up that hill in 2024 is you need to get out of your house, okay, and either get online shooting video content consistently. Okay, it takes like 90 days at least to see really good results from that. Doing open houses, phone calls, whatever, okay? Everyone can identify something different, but define what success is, get a plan that's based around your core values, and identify the one thing that you really need to move forward and actually finish it, accomplish it, get it to the top, get that boulder to the top of the mountain, okay? Which won't be easy. You're going to break a sweat, okay? But don't try and do everything at one time. So is this helpful? And is it making sense? Okay. That is what I'd love for you to contemplate over the next few weeks. I guess it's really 2-3 weeks before the end of the year. All right. And maybe ask yourself this question last but not least. Define success, define your core values, decide the big domino. But maybe it's not adding something to your plate. Maybe it's actually taking something off of your plate. Maybe it's actually saying no to something. Maybe it's actually identifying what you need to let go as opposed to what you need to add to your plate. Maybe you need to let go perfectionism. Maybe you need to let go procrastination. Maybe you need to let go of fear. Actually, I don't believe you can let go of fear. I believe that how you conquer fear is doing things afraid and proving to yourself that you have courage, which was my topic that I've talked about a lot, okay, before. So maybe it's actually something that you need to let go of instead of something you need to add to your plate so you have a million more things to do. Like, how is that going to make you more successful if you're already balancing 25 things? How are you going to add something? Maybe you actually need to take away your TV time. Maybe it's time to quit, get excuses out of the way. Okay. And actually, let's go a step deeper. Maybe instead of getting rid of your excuses, maybe dig deeper and figure out why you have excuses in the first place. Do you feel unworthy? Do you feel, is it fear? Is it failure? What can you let go of? Okay. So I hope this helps. You know that I just love you guys. I hope that, that you look at this, you look at your business for 2024 in a new light, build a strong foundation, and get to work on your big domino for 2024. Yay. I care about you guys, love you guys, and I will see you in the new year. Bye-bye.